Good afternoon, students. In the last few classes, we have started with unit number 2, that is image enhancement techniques. Under that, we have studied spatial domain techniques, and we have seen different point processing techniques, and we have also seen histogram processing, enhancement based on histogram modeling. Okay, today we'll start with the neighborhood processing. Under that, today we are going to study spatial domain filtering and image smoothing. Okay, so let us start with today's class. Now we'll start with spatial filtering. Now this word filter is derived from frequency domain processing, where this filtering deals with accepting and rejecting certain frequency components. Okay, for example, if your filter is low pass filter, it will accept the low frequency components and it will reject the high frequency components, and the net effect of low pass filter is you will get a blur image. Okay, now same effect can be achieved in the spatial domain also. That's why we are using the same name, that is filter. Okay, but in case of a spatial domain. Okay, so we have a spatial filtering. Now a spatial filter consists of two components, which is a neighborhood. Okay, so what is the size of the mask? Okay, so first component is the neighborhood. Second one is the predefined operation that is performed on the image pixels encompassed by the neighborhood. Okay, so two components are important. So what is the size of a filter, which is determined by the neighborhood, and what is the operation? The most common operation is the sum of product, and there are other operations also that we will see. Now after applying this operation, this spatial filtering creates a new pixel with coordinates equal to the coordinates of the center of the neighborhood. Okay, so after applying that operation, the new pixel will be created whose coordinate will be equal to the coordinate of the center of the neighborhood, and whose value, the value of the resultant pixel, will be the result of filtering operation. Okay, so whatever will be the result of the operation, that will be the value of that newly generated pixel. If the operation performed is linear, this is linear. This is known as linear spatial filter. The example is the smoothing operation, the filter which is used for the smoothing. Otherwise, it will be a non-linear spatial filter. So we are going to study median filter, mean filter, max filter under this category, which is non-linear spatial filter. Now this is one example. So this is our original image. Okay, now currently we are at location XY. Okay, and what we do in spatial filtering, so we have a mask which is also known as a filter or a kernel or a window. Okay, now this W are the coefficient. These are the coefficient of this filter, and what we are doing in this example, the operation is sum of product. So what we are doing, this W -1 will be multiplied with this f x -1 y -1, then plus the second element of the filter is multiplied with the second element of this image. Okay, and so on. Okay, so we have here sum of product. Okay, sum of product of filter coefficient and the image pixels. Okay, and this mask is convolved over all the pixels. Okay, so this is one example of spatial filtering. Okay, so here the neighborhood is of 3 by 3 size, and the predefined operation in this case is the sum of product. Okay, so this is how we apply the filtering. Now consider the size of the mask is m by n. Okay, consider m equals to 2a plus 1. So our a will become, so if you do the arrangement, so it will become m minus 1 by 2. So in our previous example, m cross n was 3 by 3. Okay, so if you put the value, that is 3 minus 1 by 2, so a will be equals to 1. Okay, similarly b is also equals to 1. Okay, so now we are trying to generate a simplified equation of the transformation function. Okay, so this is the simplified expression of this, the simplified version of this equation. Okay, so what we have here, so we have a product of the filter coefficient and the pixel values. Okay, and in general, a linear spatial filtering of an image f of size m by n with filter mask of size small m cross small n is given by this equation. Okay, so in our case the a and b's value are 1. Okay, so this summation will vary from -1 to 1. Okay, t will also vary from -1 to 1. Okay, so here we will have w -1 like that. Okay, and here we also have x -1 y -1 like that. Okay, so by varying the value of this s and t, we are actually generating this equation. Okay, so this is the simplified version of our transformation function. Okay, so there are two main methods in spatial filtering. First one is known as a correlation, and another one is the convolution. Okay, so now let us see the definition of correlation and convolution. Correlation is the process of moving a filter mask over the image, okay, and computing the sum of products at each location. Okay, so the process that we have studied in this example is nothing but the correlation. Okay, so this is the example of correlation. Okay, so once again we will see the definition of correlation. So it is a process of moving a filter mask over the image and computing the sum of products at each location. Now this correlation is generally used in the pattern matching. It is used to find matches between the images. Okay, so here we will try to match a particular object in an image. Okay, so that is the application of correlation. Convolution is same as a correlation, but here we rotate a filter by 180 degree first. Okay, so same as correlation, except that the filter is first rotated by 180 degree. Okay, so here also we perform the sum of product, but before that we just rotate the filter by 180 degree. That's the difference, and it is used to perform spatial domain operation like filtering and enhancement. Okay, so this is the application of convolution. So now this is one example. So we are having a 1D function here, which is represented by f, and this is our filter w. Okay, so first we'll see the correlation operation. Okay, now what we have here we have a discrete unit impulse function. Okay, when we have a single one and rest are 0, that function is known as discrete unit impulse. Okay, now we are going to perform correlation on this function. Okay, so what we do in correlation, we find a sum of product. Okay, so we'll place and we find out the sum of product for every pixel. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. Okay, now you don't consider these 2 zeros. Okay, now 3. Now this 1 and 2 are falling outside of this. Okay, so now in order to have element for 1 and 2, we pad this location with 0. Okay, that is known as a zero padding. Okay, and there are some other padding methods also, like replicate, circulate. Okay, so that we are going to see through MATLAB. Okay, so here we have used zero padding. Okay, now we have an element for multiplying this 1 and 2 with them. Okay, similarly we will pad 2 zeros from the right side also. Okay, now we will do sum of product. Okay, so 0 multiplied by 1, 0 multiplied by 1 plus 0 multiplied by 2 plus 0 multiplied by 3 plus 0 multiplied by 2 plus 0 multiplied by 8. Okay, and that result will be written at the first location of G, which is this one. Okay, G is our output image. Okay, so now this is for displacement x equals to 0. Now we'll move the mask by 1, so that will be displacement x equals to 1. Okay, so now the mask is placed at this location. This 3 is the center of our mask. Okay, now we'll perform the sum of product. 0 multiplied by 1 plus 0 multiplied by 2 plus 0 multiplied by 3 plus 0 multiplied by 2 plus 1 multiplied by 8. Okay, so result is 8, which is written at this location, okay, in the output image, which is this location, okay, and so on. Okay, so now we'll do for x equals to 2, displacement equals to 2, and we'll get this result, and so on. After final displacement, which is x equals to 7, you will get this result. Now you observe this output image with the mask. Now what we are getting the rotated version of the W. Okay, so this is the rotated version of the W at impulse location. This was the location of impulse, x equals to 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the location of the impulse. Okay, and we are getting the rotated version of W at the impulse location. Okay, so this is regarding correlation. Now let us see what happens in convolution. Now here the operation is same, just we have to rotate the W by 180 degree first. Okay, so this is the rotated version of the W. Now let's perform the convolution operation. Here also we have padded 2 zeros on the both side, left and right. Okay, now let us perform the sum of product. Okay, so starting with the first pixel. Okay, so 0 multiplied by 8 plus 0 multiplied by 2 plus 0 multiplied by 3 plus 0 multiplied by 2 plus 0 multiplied by 1. Okay, the result is 0, which is written here. Now we'll do the displacement by 1. Okay, so now mask is moved to the next location. Okay, now again we will perform. Okay, so again it is 0, 0, 0, 0. So 1 multiplied by 1, so result is 1. So we have written here. Okay, now here we have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1 multiplied by 2, so the result is 2, which is written here. Okay, and so on. After final displacement, we have obtained this result. Okay, so now as if you compare this mask and the result, you are getting the same. Okay, at the impulse location. Okay, so that is the difference between the correlation and convolution. Now these operations, okay, so same example is given in the textbook also. Okay, now correlation is represented by this symbol, okay, and convolution is represented with this symbol, just like a XOR operation. Okay, and the only difference in the equations are, here we have a plus, and in case of a convolution we have a minus. Okay, and what happens, how the rotation is achieved. Now here we are not assuming that this W mass is rotated, but with the help of this equation itself, that W the result will be means we will get the rotation. Okay, how it is happened. So here when s equals to minus a, so this minus minus will become plus. Okay, so we will get the effect of the rotation. Okay, and we have seen this, when our mask is symmetric, then the convolution is equivalent to the correlation. Now we'll start with the smoothing operation. Okay, smoothing linear filter. Okay, so the filters which are used for the smoothing operation are also known as the averaging filter or low pass filter. Okay, and here we replace the value of every pixel in an image by the average of the gray levels in the neighborhood defined by the filter mask. Okay, so if our the mask size is, if it is 3 by 3, then we replace the value of a middle pixel with the average of all the neighborhood, means including the middle one also. Okay, so we replace the value of every pixel in an image by the average of the gray levels in the neighborhood defined by the filter mask. Okay, so the filter will look like this. So this is 3 by 3 low pass filter, and this is 5 by 5. Now here all the coefficient should be positive. Okay, and the sum of all the pixel should be 1. Okay, that's the requirement. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, the spatial averaging filter in which all the coefficients are equal are sometimes known as box filters. Okay, so these are the example of box filters where all the coefficients are equal. Okay, so let me show the result of the smoothing operation. Now this is original image. Now this is the result of 3 by 3. Okay, as you can see, it is somewhat blur as compared to the original image. Now the effect of blurring is more visible if the mask size is greater. Okay, now this image where we have applied mask of size 25 by 25, it totally blurred. Now you cannot see the filament inside the bulb. Okay, so this is the result of the smoothing operation. Okay, so these are the requirement. The elements of the mask must be positive and the sum of the mask element is 1. Okay, now why to use smoothing linear filters? It reduces the sharp transition in the gray levels. Okay, I will explain this through one example. It reduces the sharp transition in the gray levels. Okay, so now if you have for example, if you have a pixel with value 0 and suddenly if you have a pixel value that with value 120, now this is a sharp transition. Okay, so if for the normal image there will be a smooth transition of the gray levels. Okay, so it will reduce the sharp transition. Applications are to reduce the noise and eliminate the small details. Okay, now consider if you have image, okay, and if you have a constant region, okay, and due to some fault in the recording device, if the pixel value of 1 pixel, okay, consider we have 20 value of pixels, okay, and 25 and 20, and due to fault in the recording medium, for example in this the value of this middle element is recorded as 190. Okay, so now this 120 will be a bright pixel. Okay, and that such pixels are known as a noise in the image. Okay, now we can eliminate such noise using the smoothing filters. Now what will happen? Now smoothing means what? Averaging operation. So we will find the average of all the pixels. Okay, so the result of this 190, okay, so it will be suppressed. Okay, so we'll find the average of this all the values, and definitely it will be below 100, I think. Okay, so it is used to reduce the noise. Then smoothing of the false contours. This contour means edges. Okay, so when we have noise in the form of the edges, when we have a noise in the form of the edges, okay, so we can smooth this noise with the help of the smoothing filters. Reduction of irrelevant details in the image. Okay, so we can blur the irrelevant details using the smoothing filters. Limitations are, it will blur the image. Okay, definitely it will blur the image. A single pixel with very unrepresentative value can affect the mean value of all the pixel in the neighborhood. Yes, okay, so a single pixel, the noisy pixel, will change the values of the neighborhood. Okay, that we will see through example. Okay, so let us start with the example. So for that I will open the MATLAB. Okay, so our MATLAB is open. Now let me create a matrix of 9 by 9. Okay, so now this by using zeros function I have created 9 by 9 matrix. Okay, so I can open that. So in the variable section you can see the variable A. If I double click on that, I can see the see that matrix. Okay, so it is consisting of all the zeros. Now let me change the value of some pixels. So consider this is one noisy pixel with 90 value. Okay, and I will have some smooth gray region with all the 90 values. Now by updating values of every pixel, I have created one dummy image here. Okay, so here this 90 is representing one noise. Okay, and this is one constant gray area. Okay, so where we have, consider this is also 90. Okay, now consider this is also a error in the recording medium, let's say. Okay, by mistake it is recorded as 0, consider that. Okay, so now we want to minimize the effect of this noise. Okay, so consider this is our input image with these two noisy pixels. Okay, now we will apply. Okay, now let's create a mask. Okay, so I will represent a mask by H. Okay, and ones 3. Okay, I will create a mask of 3 by 3 divided by, okay, so the summation should be 1, so divided by, it should be divided by 9. Okay, so it will create a mask for me. Okay, so let me open the edge. As you can see, it is having 0.11, which is equivalent to 1 by 9. Okay, okay, so now we have our image and we have our mask. Okay, so now we have to apply that mask over that. Okay, and that operation is known as a convolution operation, and we have a function for applying performing a convolution operation, that is known as IMFilter. Okay, we have a function, MATLAB function for performing convolution. Okay, so that function is known as IMFilter. So we have to provide an image and the mask. Okay, and it will create an image for me. Okay, so now I can open the resultant matrix, that is known as B. Okay, now you can see the result of that. Okay, so let me open the A and B side by side. Okay, so now I can change the layout from here. Okay, so now on the right side I have original image, that is A. On the left side we have resultant output image B. Okay, now you can see what happened with our 90 pixel here. So now it became 10. Okay, so now the result of this pixel is suppressed here. Okay, 10 means very low value. Okay, so the effect of that pixel is suppressed, and what happened with this 0, it was on the location 54. Okay, now it value became 80. Okay, so again the result of the effect of that pixel, the noisy pixel, is also suppressed. Okay, now also the edges are also smoothed out. Now here we have a sudden transition from 0 to 90. As you can see here, we have a smooth transition of the intensity values here in the output image. Okay, so 0, 20, 30, 50. We have seen the application of smoothing linear filters. So it is used to reduce the sharp transition in the gray levels, as we have seen in this example. So we have reduced the effect of this sharp transition, and then reduce the noise and eliminate the small details. Okay, so we can reduce the noisy pixels using the smoothing operation. This is one example. Then second example that I want to tell you is how to achieve the smoothing. Okay, so now let me open the input image. So consider this is our input image. Okay, so now we will apply the smoothing on this, and I will use different size filters. Okay, starting with 3 by 3, and we'll see the effect of smoothing on this image. The image name is 1.tiff. Okay, the function to read the image is imread, and I will read that image in A. imread. Okay, and my directory should be the, okay, so it is same. Okay, otherwise you change the directory. Okay, your current folder should be same as that of a image. Okay, so my image is in under images. 1.tiff. Okay, now our image is read, then we need a filter. Okay, so now either we can create a filter using we can create manually by using this function once. Okay, once 3 by 3 if you are creating mask of size 3 by 3 divided by 9. Otherwise you can use f special function, f special. Okay, now in order to get a help for particular function, you can select that and see click on help on selection. Okay, now it will provide a MATLAB help for you. Now it creates a predefined 2D filter. Okay, f special creates predefined what we want, an average filter. Okay, so now with average filter what we have to provide, h size. Okay, the default value is 3 by 3. Okay, so now using f special we will create a filters. First parameter is the filter type, so our filter type is average and size is 3 by 3. Okay, so let us run this much code only, and before that what we write, clc clear all and close all. This function, this command you can write for all the codes. clc will clear the all the command line. Okay, this will clear everything which is on the command window. Now clear all will clear all the variables, and close all will clear close all the opened figures. Okay, now let us run this much code only. First we have to save that. Okay, so this is smoothing example, smoothing.m. so let us run. Okay, so now we should get a variable. Okay, so that image size is 500 by 500 and we have obtained h variable. Okay, so value is 0.111, that means 1 by 9. Okay, and size is 3 by 3. Okay, so now our mask is okay. Now we know that in order to perform convolution operation, we have a function called IMFilter. Okay, IMFilter. Now first one should be your image and then your mask. Okay, now let us open the help of IMFilter. Now we have this syntax, and this is also one syntax of IMFilter. This is overloaded version of IMFilter. Now we'll see what are the options available. Now boundary options. Okay, so now we have a symmetric, replicate, circular options here. This is regarding padding. Okay, so when you don't specify anything, by default the padding is x equals to 0. That means it is using the 0 padding. Otherwise we can use replicate. Okay, so what happens in replicate, let me open the original image. Okay, now when we place a mask on this pixel, okay, now some part of the mask will fall outside of the image. Okay, so that's why we have to pad some values. In case of a replicate, all this value will be replicated on the extra part. Okay, in the 0 padding what happens, we will have 0 on that extra part, right? In the in case of a replicate, these values will be replicated on that extra part. Okay, so first we'll see with the help of 0 padding, and then we'll see with replicate option. Okay, so now IMFilter. Now we'll plot this using subplot. So I'm going to show the original image. So I need 1, 2, 1. I am show A, and subplot 1, 2, and in second position what we want, I am show B. Okay, and okay, so let's run this. Okay, now as you can see, as we have used zero padding, can you see a dark boundary around the output image? Okay, that's the effect of the zero padding. Because of the zero in the padded version, okay, so we are getting a zero padding. Okay, it will be visible when we will use a higher size mask. Okay, so now I am using 7x7 mask. Okay, let us see the result. Now this boundary is clearly visible. Okay, and now you can see the the effect of the smoothing here. Now this this box here is totally washed out in the output image. Okay, so this is the effect of the smoothing operation. This all the noisy pixels here are washed out in the output image. Okay, and now we will use a replicate padding, replicate. Okay, now let us run this code. That boundary should not appear now. Okay, now that boundary is totally gone. Okay, so this is regarding smoothing operation. Now let me open the practical list. Are we having any practical based on the filtering? Yes, we have filtering in the spatial domain. So now we can try, you can try low pass filtering. Okay, in the next class we will study high pass filtering and median filtering. Now let me show you the application of smoothing operation. Okay, now this is different kind of smoothing filter. Here we don't have same coefficient. Here we have weighted average of the pixels. Now we have given here more importance to some pixels, the pixels other than the center are inversely weighted as a function. Now here we are trying to reduce the blur effect. Okay, we will achieve the smoothing. Okay, but blurring will be less in this in this filter. Now this is general expression of the smoothing filters. Okay, now this operation is same. Okay, which is divided by the sum of weights of the filter. This is one application of the smoothing. Okay, so this is the image of a stars. Now we have applied a smoothing operation. Okay, and the mask size was 15x15. Okay, so now what we are trying to find, we want to find the main stars in this image. Okay, so we have blurred out all the small stars, okay, using the smoothing filter, and then we have applied the thresholding operation. Okay, so you can use the smoothing operation to reduce the noise in the input image. In the next class we are going to start with the non-linear spatial filters. For today's attendance, you have to apply correlation and convolution on this 2D example. Okay, so we have seen 1D example in today's class. You have to apply correlation and convolution on this 2D example, and again this is discrete unit impulse function, and this is our mask, and we know the expected result. In case of a correlation, you should get a rotated version of W at the impulse location. Okay, and in case of convolution, you should get the exact copy of the W at the impulse location. Okay, but you try on the paper. Okay, and you use a zero padding in this case. Okay, and you message me the step-by-step result, step-by-step answer of this. Okay.